Hello there, Internet! Welcome back to part 2 of Ondo's crafty life hack hot glue gunapalooza, or whatever I'm gonna call it. If you missed part 1, feel free to check that out just to get a little bit more context and see some of the other crafts I've been dealing with, but it's not too important what order you watch, so feel free to stick around and watch part 1 later if that strikes your fancy. Anyways, without further delay, let's go check back in with my past self as I traverse the nightmarescape that is 5-minute crafts. Enjoy! Next one. Toy is broken? Hold up, did the baby's face change expressions? It totally did. It was smiling before, and then the expression turned into existential horror. Alrighty. So, sadly, the dollar store I went to didn't have any cursed baby dolls, and I got rid of all of mine when I went to high school. So instead, I got this My Little Phony to, murder. Please don't hold it against me. I feel a little ill. I ended up having to pull out my big scissors to get this case open because I don't think my little scissors would cut it. It's a little scissor-related humor for all you joke connoisseurs out there. Oh. I genuinely feel bad doing this. This could have been some child's toy that they would love and cherish, and I'm over here butchering this pony for clout. Okay, so the videos that they used polymer candy clay, which I've never heard of in my life and I couldn't find when I looked it up on Amazon. So the closest I found was this child's toy stuff called Whipple, which I guess is kind of similar to making Decadent cases. It looks like it's water soluble though, so I just can never get my horrifying pony phone case wet, but let's see if it works. Gonna baste it like a cake now. Baste it like a cake? You don't baste cakes, I'm going crazy. The more I look at it, the worse it gets. I think it's missing something, and I know exactly what it is. Some fake plastic sprinkles. So cute. Can't wait to put that on my phone later. I hope this horse doesn't come back to haunt me. Let's go look at the next one, shall we? Okay, that's gonna be messy. So I picked some colors that don't go well together at all, mostly because they were just colors I had that were the same brand. So that way they will presumably dry at about the same rate. That was my thought process behind this. Let's see if it's right. Well, this is gonna be messy. Seems like it's not going anywhere. Maybe I need to, like, help it along a little, like... I feel like the only thing this is doing is just like drying the top. So, guess I'll let that dry. Cool. Now that everything smells like nail polish all the time forever, let's move on to the next one. Man, did you hate it when you're just trying to eat your friend's french fries and then you temporarily forget what french fries feel like and you accidentally pick up a piece of sponge out of their phone case? We've all been there. Let's go give it a try. Figure a couple more years of irreparably damaging my nerve endings on my fingers from all these hot glue burns, I too will not be able to distinguish the feeling between a sponge or a french fry. It's perfect. Let's go work on my fries. Alright. French fries. Wow. It's like a cross section into failure. Amazing. That was insincere, and they both know it. So, I don't have like a bottle cap quite as big. The most I could find was this lid to some drawing gum. So, let's go ahead and use it as a cookie cutter for some reason instead of just, yeah, that's not gonna cut through all the way. I'll have to follow up with some scissors. I have no idea how to take a temperature off of an iron, so, I guess I'll just guess. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so it actually does do that. Wow. That seems really handy for cosplay. Ooh, how do you get it off? Okay. Well, color me impressed. I wasn't expecting it to puff up quite as well. Oh, and they're pretty sturdy too. Hold up, I need to go look at some emojis. Hooray! Okay. Anti-stress phone case. I feel stressed just looking at this. Next. That's not duct tape, that's electrical tape. let's give it a go. I decided to use electrical tape like they did just to be safe because I know duct tape can leave a film. I don't know how saturated they're supposed to be. Yeah, that looks like it'll be fine. I'm using some cheap ink that I got off of the Wish app forever ago, so here's hoping this works. So the ink wasn't spreading out as far as it was in their video, despite me constantly spraying the shoes with the rubbing alcohol, so I resorted to smearing the ink around with a plastic bag, and that ended up working out pretty well. I let the shoes sit an extra day to make sure they were fully dry before adding the white paint. What kind of paint they used was not specified, it just said toothbrush, so I decided to use acrylic. After adding some more paint details, I started taking off the tape, which was pretty unnecessary to begin with because the ink had seeped through anyways. I wiped off what I could using some rubbing alcohol on cotton pads, and it looks fine from far away. Bam! Galaxy shoes! Also, they stained my socks. Out of this world! Okay, so that one looks like a little bit more science experiment-y than the rest. Let's give it a try and see if it works. Oh man, I have this jar that's a little wet from blue food coloring water because I found out that I didn't record correctly the last time. I really would like to fill it up with the rest of my blue food coloring water, but pouring it through the top sounds annoying, so I'm going to build a contraption with straws and cups. That'll work better. Okay, it's dribbling down the side of the straw a little already. Okay. Wow, consider it a win for science. When you're at work and you're so stressed out, you keep on getting assignments from your boss. The nerve of him. You get so stressed, your table changes colors, and then you go home, fill up a bathtub, and then just punch the water. That seems more stressful, to get your shirt wet. Well, that seems highly impractical. Man, if only somebody had invented some sort of contraption to blow dead leaves away. I think 5 Minute Crafts just suggested I steal somebody's bike and a shopping cart if I don't feel like carrying my groceries home. Okay, that is a problem. I hate it when I'm standing in grass in my heels and then they sink in. It's awful. So, what's the solution? Okay, so clearly at that point you don't really care what your footwear looks like if you're stealing somebody's slides to put on over your heels. So at that point, just like change into some flats or just put the slides on. Just a thought. No! Don't put duct tape on your bare skin. It's a terrible idea. Don't do that. Okay, the manic grin at the end was a little unnecessary. Hit water, not people. That's that's not gonna work. But, okay. This is gonna ruin my shirt, isn't it? Mwah. Let's give it a go. See if the hairspray works. Oh, gee, I could have seen that coming. Okay, to be fair, let's try the other side. Oh, dang. Okay, so hairspray did not instantly remove lipstick from my shirt. But on the plus side, I get to do laundry now, so hooray. Next one. No, really? Do you guys remember Bump Its? You could use a jar instead? Okay. So I got my jar. I got some bobby pins. Let's make me beautiful, guys. It's not even in frame, it's just... It's so heavy. There's no way this is gonna stay in my hair. I can't even give them the benefit of the doubt that it was like a plastic jar. The things I do for beauty. I feel like an alien. This is just the worst. And it's really heavy. I could probably use every bobby pin on this card and it still would not secure whatever is going on back here. Next one. So, you know how they have like those really janky tattoo guns that you can like build in jail kind of thing with a Bic pen? I feel like this is the crafter version of that. Let's go ahead and see if it works. Success! I mean, if you don't have a glue gun, but you do happen to have all of these other things on hand, and for some reason a glue stick for a hot glue gun, yeah, it'll work in a pinch. It did glue 2 bottle caps together, so let's check out the next one. That's really cute. Okay, let's do this one. I'm excited. Okay, I'll use my stress water bottle. Oh no. Speaking of stress. I gave up with the jar. It wouldn't stay. So now I have a mess of bobby pins. So I tried filming this one time before, but it looks like my overhead camera didn't end up picking up any of it. Let's start over. Here's what it looks like in the dark. I could use more fluffing, but I think it looks really cute. I like this project. And I liked it the other time I had to put it together too. So I already see a problem with this. Hot glue is designed to melt when it's hot. So if you put like boiling water in a cup, let's go ahead and try and see what happens. Put some parchment paper around a marker. Oh yay, it holds the spoon up. Let's fill it with hot water. Yeah, it looks like hot glue probably isn't the best thing to put on the outside of a hot mug to keep your spoon up. I don't think that was hot glue. I think what that was this stuff called balloonies. It's been around forever. It's like a goop that you put on a straw and you can blow plastic bubbles. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll try some balloonies and then we'll try some hot glue on a straw and see what happens. So yeah, you can make like little bubbles like this. Let's try some hot glue. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. Does not seem to be working. Maybe it needs to be more in the straw. Whoa. Oh my gosh. That sort of worked. Okay, so it does look like you can sort of get the same thing with hot glue. So that's shocking that actually worked. It does seem very temperamental. I couldn't get big bubbles with it like they did in that video. That's why I think that they used balloony for that. If I keep at it for a while, I can eventually get a big balloon, but I don't want to burn my fingers endlessly, so I think I'll stick to this. It's a lot safer and I will not burn my fingers doing so. Let's go make a wallet. Awesome. Now I have a fashionable wallet to put all my $2 bills. If I went to somebody's house and they offered me gaffing tape cardboard flip-flops, I don't think I'd visit them anymore. Oh cool, I ruined my functioning flip-flops. So I think like the thing is that you're supposed to be like, oh, it's so much cheaper to use gaffing tape and cardboard than to just buy flip-flops for your guests. You can buy flip-flops at the dollar store. This roll of gaffing tape cost me $17. So, I mean, how many flip-flops can you get from this versus going to the store and getting flip-flops that you could use more than once before they fall apart completely? You tell me, what's a better deal? Made flip-flops. Yes, the most fashionable shoes I own. With that massive disappointment, I'm calling it a night. So, that was the video. Thanks so much for checking it out. It was over 8 grueling hours of filming, as well as several sleepless nights editing. But it was all worth it in the end, because now I have a bunch of garbage and possibly a few permanent burn scars on my knuckles. Despite somehow invoking an ancient crafter's curse during the making of this video, and almost losing my footage a few times, I had a lot of fun making these. Let me know how you liked it. Would you like to see me make other videos similar to this one? Also, please like, comment, subscribe, all those good things, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Now that I've finished learning how to make all these cool life hacks, I'm off to show the world what I've made. Oh, right. It's the middle of a pandemic and I shouldn't go outside. Also, it's like 3 a.m. George, do you want a French fry?
No.
Oh. Okay.